This is a picture of Swami Purna. Long time ago, maybe 100-something years ago, probably around 1850 maybe, is my guess. He was walking through the Himalayas, and one day he decided, I want to be invincible to poisons, like the snake poisons, spider poisons, all the poisons. Anyone who tries to poison me, he said, I want to be immune to that. So he had a couple of very enlightened followers who helped him with the Rasayana practice. Rasayana is putting these hard metals into your blood. So he would have he concocted this liquid that was made of gold, silver, and mercury, and I think other hard metals as well, melted down into a liquid form, and then opened up, and he even showed the scars at one retreat. Scars right here and scars right here. And I think there was a couple other places in his body, sensitive places, that was opened up. It was his flesh was opened up, and they put the hard metals into his blood. And then if you're a very high yogi, your body can transform and use those metals to make it invincible to cold and heat and poison. So no one can kill you. And he did this, and his body processed it, and after that he was invincible. There were 7 different times people tried to poison Swami Purna, and the poison had no effect on him. I'm sure people were shocked by that. And then he said, well, I need to see if a snake will be able to poison me. So he went up to a cobra and just put his arm up to the cobra and says, go ahead, snake, bite. And it comes down, the fangs like this. And to a normal person, that would be absolutely terrifying. He simply does that. Okay, wait for the poison to filter through his system. No effect whatsoever. No effect. So here he is, walking fearlessly, naked through the Himalayas. Total consciousness, total confidence. And every time I see him, it's like sitting in this Himalayan energy where nothing could disturb him in terms of, he walked through the jungles of India where the lions and the tigers and all the vicious animals were all around him. And he simply walked through. And then one day there was this lion that was running through the jungle, and it, maybe jumped across a river or something like that. And it happened to give birth at that time. And the baby came out, and the lion left and ended up losing that baby cub. And the baby cub was left alone. Swami Purna found it and then took the little cub and made it his little pet. And the little lion followed him wherever he went. And you know what Swami Purna fed that little lion?
Milk.
Milk, vegetables. The lion became vegetarian. Yeah. And why does that happen? A vicious, an animal that eats flesh, right? Blood, smells blood, tastes blood, chases after blood. That's its instinct. How is that possible that a lion could turn vegetarian? If you're a truly enlightened yogi, people lose their animal nature. Animals lose they become more enlightened, so they become vegetarians. And so then the lion grew up, and he started to ride the lion as his steed.
Oh.
That became his steed, which is interesting. And then one day, Swami Purna says, okay, it's time for me and my lion to go out into the Maya, he calls it. And you know what the Maya is?
Town.
The big town. I think it was like Mumbai or Bombay? Mumbai. So he walks into Mumbai, and he and his lion next to him, walking right next to him, and they go into the middle of town, and by the time they get into the middle of town, all these people have gathered, hundreds of thousands of people, He sits on the steps in the middle of the town, maybe at the courtyard or whatever, at the court place, and the lion sits next to him. And he's like, oh, okay, I'll just sit here and relax and enjoy myself. And so then So then some people were amazed, and some people said, who is this yogi? Let's test him. And then what did they do? They brought a cow because they thought, well, maybe the lion will chase after the cow, and then there'll be a big scene, a big drama. Well, when Swami Purna sees the cow, he says, come. He gestures, sure, certainly, come, bring the cow. So he brings her the cow, and the cow sits on the other side. And then Swami Purna says, can we have some cow milk and some grass? And someone brings some cow milk, and he gives it to this his lion friend, and he gives the grass to the cow. And the cow chews on the grass, and the lion sips the milk. And Swami Purna's sitting like this, absolutely unfazed by anyone. And again, hundreds of thousands of people then got in line to receive darshan from him, to receive a blessing. Because, of course, they knew he was a masterful yogi. He had gone beyond fear. And his example is our example. You can totally overcome fear. You start with strengthening your solar plexus. This is your battery, your sun.